Hello there and welcome back to Crusader 2 with the Game of Thrones mods. You might be wondering, whoa, Vijo, the game has changed. Well, it's exactly the same date, exactly the same campaign, except I have butchered the fuck out of it. I didn't want the game to be as easy as it turned out to be with the Reach joining me and there being no need to making political alliances. So what I've done is I have made Willas side with Stannis. Stannis and Willis have made an alliance, with Shireen being betrothed to Lord Willis Tyrell and Marjorie being betrothed to Edric Storm. We're making alternate history over here. And the Tyrells have sided with Stannis after his murder of Renly at Baratheon. So now Stannis is coming for me. Stannis has all of his forces in the Reach and the Crown lands all coming for me, and I have currently nobody on my side. I have now the formal alliance with my grandfather, and we have made the alliances with the houses in the Reach that we had. Political marriages with House Foodley has been called to arms, and the Arbor has been called to arms. As we are intending to make this lady here a queen, the Red Wines are surely going to come to our aid and join us, as House Tumbleton has decided to join us through a political marriage to Tyrion Lannister. I think this all makes perfect sense. You can imagine this in your heads right now as you are living through the story I'm trying to create. Joffrey is under attack by Stannis Baratheon and Robb Stark to the north, and we are making what political alliances we can without making the story too easy. We don't want it too easy, do we? The armies are amassing the King's Landing, which includes the Rosby troops, I guess. So who are you? Are these Rosby troops? If so, I'm going to disband them. Castle of Rosby. Yeah, let's get rid of the Castle of Rosby. These troops shouldn't exist, all of them. Just get rid of all those 2,000. And we'll re-raise his 4,000 instead, now that we have a new Lord of Rosby. Lord Brune, obviously. He's not the heir to this, is he? No, it's a totally different family line. That's completely fine, but now we're back in business. Lord Stannis is raising his troops, we are raising ours, we have alliances, and the game is not far too easy. In fact, the Reach is against us, but we have significantly weakened them by allying with two of the more powerful houses in the realm, as well as many of their other houses going either neutral or just straight to Stannis. So all of the missing forces of the Reach are still against us. We still have all of their armies coming to kill us. Well, not all of these ones in particular, but all of these ones are still on their way to kill us. So let's get to it. We are simply trying to amass our troops over at King's Landing. Oh, excellent. Lord Lionel has decided to join us, so has Lord Hart. And Edmure has taken over the reins of the Riverlands. Good for him. Balon is doing whatever he does over there, and we should, Jane Paul, I really don't care for Jane Paul. I mean, I am a murderer, maybe I should just kill her off. Move her to a dungeon cell at least. I just don't care for Jane Paul. I don't know why I'm the one here supposedly educating her. Assign her a guardian. She'll be taken over by Varys. She could be a little bird. You'll make her content. Well, I attempt to get my forces together. Excellent. House Foodley has joined us in our wars. Good for us. Very good for us. And we're going to try and mass our army over here at King's Landing. The army against Stannis. Most of these other armies are not against Stannis. So my Valeman forces we aren't going to be able to do much with. Maybe we could send them to the Twins. Send them to Grey Water Watch to try and stop Stark armies from coming south. He has a lot of forces. Holy moly. And then there is my grandfather and his forces. I'm not sure what to do with him. He has 30,000. They can't take here. There's nowhere they can really take without attrition. The Crag is also neutral. So there's not too much I could do with these forces at all. We could tell the Valemen to go after somewhere though. They could be useful. As a sort of delaying force. But for now, our main concern is getting all of our forces down to King's Landing. And excellent, the Red Wine forces have also decided to join us. We'll get all of their forces down towards us. Zero army, you say? You have an army, Lord Paxter. And excellent, my good grandfather has also decided to join us. We're going to ignore the Night's Watch. We don't believe any of the stories they're telling. None at all. We really do not. Our concern is getting our own forces together to defend our own lives. We'll leave Tywin to do what he does. He should be able to mess with the Riverlands easy enough. We will have to deal with everybody else the way we can. Now, hopefully the Red Wines are going to sail straight over to King's Landing and give us some good aid there. I still do want an alliance with Dorne, but they aren't playing at the moment. They have Myrcella, they have the betrothal. I even gave them a gift. I could give them an artifact. The Conquest of Dorne. I could remind him. What the world is really like. Or I could give him... a dragon skull. I don't really care for the dragon skulls, but we could send one off. Was it Meraxes that they killed? I'm not sure. There's Meraxes, Balerion, and Vega. I think it is Meraxes that they killed. So I'm going to send the skull of Meraxes down to Dorne in an attempt to try and goad them into an alliance, because the Dornish forces would be a great boon to us. I'm sure Tyrion would have no issue with sending off a dragon skull to Dorne to try and get their armies. Excellent. House Crane has also decided to join us, but who against? Robb Starks. They're going to go off north. I need you guys more against Stannis. Also, wait, what? House Foodley is not... No, House Foodley's there. House Foodley's there. House Foodley is not in this war. Oh, they... Maybe because they were forced into a truce when I tried to get them... I did quite a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and to try and get my storyline working out straight. So maybe House Foodley will be utterly useless. Anyway, Princess Sansa, the Iron Throne. We're gonna be Joffrey here. We're just gonna have her imprisoned. Some decisions will be made by Tyrion. Some decisions will be made by Joffrey. Some decisions might be made by Varys. I'm gonna try and do multiple roles here as I do this campaign, but it does get hard at some point. Excellent. Prince Doran accepts our gift, and he accepts our proposal for an alliance. He also has more troops to offer the next time that he's able to call his arms. Excellent. Now we just have to wait the Red Wine Fleet. This march is good for you. As for you, Sansa, you'll be left to rot. And Doran Martell is willing to join. We'll have him join all of the wars. Yes. We'll have Doran Martell attempt to join all of our wars. The Martells aren't too much fans of the Stormlands or the Reach, so having them join with us makes quite a fair bit of sense. The Red Wine Fleet is still sailing around. The Lannister armies are still preparing. Excellent. Good for you. Yes, the Oakheart. The Oakheart Knight in my Kingsguard. House Oakheart has gone against us. We could be cruel to this man. The rest of my Kingsguard is quite loyal to me, are they not? Craven, Joffrey. Joffrey's more in charge of the Kingsguard. You might not be just, but me. We could throw him in jail. Off with his head. Sorry, Oakheart, what are we to do with you? He's a kind, humble, trusting man, but we're Joffrey Baratheon. We're a bit of a bastard. Throw him in jail. He's fled King's Landing, which surely proves that he was not a loyal man in the first place. Sorry, Oakheart, I'm glad you're out of my Kingsguard. But we do need to replace him with somebody else. You could say, yes, you two are friends, so you'd be competing for power, really. Not sure, let's see who comes to us first. The greatest knights in the realm. Balon Swan is in our court. Eldred Hart is in our court. Balon Swan, your house is neutral, but they do not support us. Whereas Hart, your family does support us. Your family is fighting for us right now. So have you in the Kingsguard makes much more sense. And Balon Swan is in the capital, and he is the better knight. And everybody would support it. So Balon, I name you of the Kingsguard. Congratulations. Now, House Swan, would you join us? We could use your help here. So we attempt to get the rest of our men down. The Red Wines are very close to joining us. When we have their forces, we'll be a lot stronger and perhaps able to make a move against some of these smaller armies. Gio the Old Bear has inherited command of the Shadow Tower. No, he hasn't. No, Dennis has taken over the Night's Watch, is what I'm supposed to say. Yes. Well, we do need new lords for these here castles. So let's see if there are good generals around the realm. Or, say Tyrion would pick one, and Cersei would pick the other. Now Tyrion is a big fan of Bronn, so maybe he would name Bronn as the lord of one of the castles here. Dragon Gate. Sure, you'd name Bronn in command of the gate there, but Cersei would probably name a Lannister. And we do have a Lannister of court, do we not? We do, we have Lancel, but where the fuck is he? Where the fuck is Lancel? Oh well, let's find him the other way. We'll go the easy way. Lancel Lannister is in court, but he probably needs a marriage. We just so happen to have a good prisoner here. We force her marriage. We'd have to release her. Arrange marriage to Lancel. We'll keep her. Yeah, let's release her. Let's force her to marry Lancel. Betrothal. If I can get my correct words out. Let's do it this way so it only shows people of our court. Not Tommen, no. Marry her to Lancel Lannister. Excellent. Then make Sir Lancel the Lord of the King's Gate. Commander Lancel Lannister. Excellent. Exactly what we needed. We do need a new keeper of swans. A piece of Baelish and a court jester. Where's Sir Dontos? Where is Sir Dontos? Sir Dontos, excellent. We have commander slots. We will give that to Lionel Lefford. Excellent. Alright, the army is all coming together. Just have to wait for everybody to arrive. The Red Wine Army. The Red Wine Army is here, but they're not joining onto this force. Red Wines. Oh, Horace is now the Lord. Excellent. Horace, join here. As for you, Doran. What to do with Doran? He has 20,000 men. We could send him off to besiege somewhere, or we could attempt to use his army. You could send Doran Martell to besiege Highgarden. Yes. We could send you off to besiege Highgarden. Instead of dying of attrition up through here and then dying to the armies up here, we'll send you through to Highgarden. I believe so, yes. We'll send Prince Doran over here to besiege them. Doran is also against the north. He is excellent. So we'll attempt to get rid of Stannis as soon as we can. Apparently he's leading a little party over here. But first, we are going to go into these armies here and attempt to lower our enemies' numbers. Aaron Santagar would like a marriage. Marry you as you please. Excellent, we should be able to take out quite some of their forces here. Yes, you can be a regent, Cersei. Sure. Not hand to the king though, that belongs to Tyrion. Jaime Lannister has failed my call to arms. Uncle Father, why did you do such a thing? Perfect, we've captured a man in battle. We will, Why does it say released from prison? I don't want him to be released, I want to torch him. Gawain, he's got a stutter. Well, there is no torture. I'm meant to be a torturer, yet there's no torture option here. Blind the prisoner. Oh, and he wasn't released. Very good. Blind the prisoner. Excellent. That's what we get for taking up arms against the gracious Lord Joffrey. Right, so now we're going to have all of our armies together. Joffrey can have his forces properly organised. Excellent. In charge of the armies. I don't have any Kingsguard or anyone to take command, do I? Mallard, Chelstead, Jacqueline, Bywater, Shore, and Lothar Brune really would... Yes, House Brune's quite loyal. We have Lothar Brune, Mallard, and Jacqueline. We'll keep our army here to defend us for now. We want to keep ourselves well defended in the capital while our enemy's forces are destroyed. How about the Oubliettes for you, you traitorous bastard? Right, Tywin is going into the lands there. Very good. Hopefully he does well. My job is to defend the capital. Joffrey is a craven. He's not going to send his armies far away from the capital. He's going to have his armies nice and close. And Tyrion... Oh, Tyrion, he's going to want to try and keep himself alive as well, isn't he? So he's going to keep the army nice and close. He's improving defences as we wait. Yes, we'll send our army into Stannis here. He hasn't amassed his forces very intelligently at all. He's not even here. So he's going to attack his forces without any real repercussions. Good riddance. One of his commanders has been slaughtered by Miles. Well done, Miles. You are a good man. Well done. Killed a man of great importance. Not really, but sure. And he'll march straight on through to the rest of Stannis' army here, because apparently Stannis doesn't know how to command. He just sends his men off. Who's this then? Loras, the Knight of Flowers, and Garland the Gallant are both here. Hopefully we can get one of them. As for you, Jalabar, I'll not grant you permission. Why are you even in my court? I don't like you. Leave. Go home. Right, we did take a lot of pain in our central flank. Loras Tyrell was slain. Excellent. This guy here is up to no good. Doesn't really matter. But yeah, so Loras Tyrell was slain in personal combat by Jacelyn One Hand. The one-handed knight has killed Loras Tyrell. How is that even possible? But he has done it. He has done it. He'll be rewarded greatly. His house will be rewarded greatly. Not him directly, but his relatives. Excellent. It appears Stannis is still going to march into here and get caught off guard. It's hard to do the storytelling part of things when the enemy AI is just so incompetent with their forces. I guess that's why I gave them a chance to sort of get their forces together before I went after them, but still, it's so hard. Look at Stannis, he's just moving his men all over the place. At least Robb keeps them together. The Golden Grove down here is very strong, so I'm very glad for their support. Also, other minor houses are all joining us now. The Reach Lords are getting weaker and weaker. Their army's already been destroyed. This is why I really don't... I try to make it harder for myself, but it's just still too easily when you're Joffrey. Joffrey is just such a great commander. Yeah, Stannis is now burning people alive. God damn it, Stannis. He doesn't even have an army anymore. His armies have already been defeated. But the capital has been well defended. We can't complain at that. Excellent. More enemy forces have been destroyed and one of their lords has been captured. Terrific. Don't be blinded, good sir. What's your step? Congratulations, Joffrey. You are a great man. The army will return to King's Landing and then we'll see what we do from there. Excellent. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope you are enjoying the content. I tried to make it a lot harder for myself, but still the Richmond forces and Stannis were just so incompetent. They didn't really stand a chance, did they? Not against me and my my beloved red wine and footly allies. But that'll do for this episode. Thanks for watching. I hope you are enjoying it. I'll see you guys next time.